Welcome back to Impact. You're lucky we're even talking to you, we're getting so massive.
I couldn't ride my horse. No.
We're back at Impact. Sorry, that was a bit of a joke. Normally we'd train Saturdays starting with rings play, which is, we're always looking forward to it. However, we need the A-frame rings ideally, or just a regular rings structure, so that you can go from complete hang under the rings to a handstand on top of the rings. Though unfortunately the gym wasn't available today, and actually every single gym in Sydney was unavailable. It's just a sad reminder that gymnastics is so, I'm not going to say elite, but it's just, there's something about it where it's just really hard to access for the normal person, which I find really frustrating, and I really want to change that. So we're hoping that these series get people more into the training and it becomes more of a mainstream thing. Because of that, we've had to instead shift our training a little bit, and instead today I did my ring sequences, which I'd normally do tomorrow, and I'll be doing my rings play tomorrow, which I'd usually do today. I really wanted to do rings play today because we have that Friday off, and I like to come in and do it when I'm super fresh, but it just didn't work out, and I'm still interested to see, will my rings play tomorrow after today's session be stronger than ever, or weaker, or who knows, because I don't feel like I get too fatigued or DOMs from these sessions. So I think this is a great example for you guys to, even if things aren't perfect for your own training, don't let that be an excuse. You know what you need to do. Don't be lazy and don't have excuses because of the environment. You can always work around it, like you'll see us do today. Now that we're in week 3, as I was predicting, I'm feeling pretty strong, which is really exciting. So I think from now I'm going to start seeing these gains into new territory of strength. On that first ring sequence that I did, Tyson mentioned I was much lighter to spot, which I'm really happy to hear because obviously it means I'm getting stronger. Tyson also said I was lighter in that second sequence than last time, so that's really exciting. The structure, it's not ideal actually. It's a little bit short. When I was doing my handstands, my feet would hit the bar, so that's why you'll notice I didn't lock out a good handstand. My elbows were a bit bent. It was just a bit awkward to train with, and also the floor is just pretty much concrete. You really don't want to land like flipping on that. I like to have a mat under me. I really never do flip, but that way I can go for a perfect handstand and have no fear at all if I do go too far forward. Even though with all these little imperfections, also this wall it's so close that when I did the front lever, you'll notice I had to stop pointing my toes because they touched it. There's just all these little things, but they're not ideal, but you can still have great sets. So even if you haven't got the perfect area to work out in yourself, try and make do with what you can, but don't let that be an excuse to stop training. Just, you gotta be consistent and keep it up. Come on. really keen to step it up to 90 kilos, but I did my first set and on 85, and it's a challenge. So I think if I tried to go to 90, I probably would fail on that last rep because I know how to make it look easy, but I was pushing hard.
It looked easier every set.
Okay.
Set 1 looked the hardest, set 3 looked the easiest.
Interesting. Generally my left shoulder's a little bit uncomfortable at the bottom of the movement. The same kind of discomfort I feel in that shoulder I can feel when I'm doing German hang dislocates. It's just feels a bit gristly, and I feel like I'm still working on a little bit of tightness out of it, and I can kind of feel it in the bench. But as I get more warmed up on the bench, it feels more and more comfortable.
Can I do my set, mate?
One other exciting thing is watching this scab slowly disappear over the workouts. It's quite an exciting progress, isn't it, guys? Stepped it up to 70 kilos today, which is nice. Another minor gain. One interesting thing is I can feel a tiny bit of feels like residual tendonitis in my right shoulder from where I had tendonitis about a year ago. It's not at all painful or uncomfortable, but I can just feel a bit of tightness as I do this. This one feels so uncomfortable on my left shoulder in that little area the little area that I feel in the bench press and also the German hang. That movement, sort of pushing it out and also doing that, it's on the verge of being uncomfortable enough to actually stop the set. I don't know what it is, it feels like a tightness. I feel like doing these kind of things that are slightly uncomfortable for my shoulders will only actually improve them as long as I listen to them, and when it is getting to a point when it's getting irritated or getting worse, that's when I'll stop, obviously. So we're going supposedly 40 kilos on each arm, so I'm going above body weight here. And I'm pretty sure because there's a pulley it halves it, so it's about 40 kilos what I'm doing. Really enjoy this exercise as well because it simulates the cross press so well, and I really want to get a rings cross press. That's such a great feeling. I just love how you can fully commit to the form of like locking your arms, keeping your shoulders pushed down, and you customize that weight to make it like the perfect amount of resistance for you. I find these side trunk exercises in particular are the ones you can really push yourself that little bit further. When I'm doing it, I think, can I push my hips up a little bit higher? Or can I lift that second leg up a little bit higher? And you always can if you think like that. I'm trying to get myself to the point now where I can't push it any higher because I'm pushing as hard as I possibly can. I highly recommend you do the same thing. It's just like if you have a friend spotting you and he says, push a bit higher, you'll push a bit higher. So try to just make yourself do it, and surely after like 2-3 weeks of that, that's gonna be a new resting position and you're just gonna be a lot stronger. Gosh, I feel like it shouldn't be so hard just working my body weight, doing a dish, simple dish, but I definitely feel like I'm getting stronger. I can feel I can get a better contraction. That, and now I'm not failing, which is awesome. The next stage will be to further emphasize the contraction of like the abs and the butt and just that nice dish shape, and then obviously to bring my arms back when I'm doing the full dish. The basics, like this kind of skill, are really going to help with everything.
I don't feel very comfortable right now.
The session is done. That was a good one.
We've just arrived at the sauna, which I'm very excited about actually. This is one of those recovery methods that we'll be doing at least once a week, potentially more often, depending, but definitely at least once a week. I really enjoy it, it's very relaxing, and Niall's advised that we simply just sit in there for 30 minutes rather than, we used to stretch, and because you become more limber, you get so warm in there, but Niall said just sit there and that's what we're going to do. I brought BCAAs with me, not just water. Usually we sip water throughout the sauna just to keep hydrated because obviously you're sweating quite a lot, but I'm having BCAAs today just to get that extra little bit of protein whilst I'm in there. After the sauna as well, we'll have a relaxing swim. That's just to sort of activate the muscles while they're really relaxed and loose, and just sort of help with the lactic acid, I believe, just to
helps move it around
wash it away. Here we are. So we have one light in this sauna, the other one doesn't work. So yeah, it's quite dark in here, and that's why we're just
weird position. This is not how we do the sauna. Yeah. So it's sitting at about 54 degrees Celsius now that we've walked in, which is pretty decent, although it's just super dry, so it doesn't actually feel that hot. We both sit up as high as we can because the higher you sit, the hotter it is. Particularly with the moisture in the air, it all groups up the top. We're gonna dump heaps of water on there now to start making it get really hot in here. It's gonna get really hot up in here.
Bubbles down below.
Now we play the waiting game. I can already feel it there. It's good. Yo, what's up, guys? We're rounding out this 30 minutes in here, and I'm starting to feel pretty weird, which I think is a good sign that it's having the right effect on me. I've been trying to chug as much BCAAs as I possibly can. At its peak, we had it at 69 degrees Celsius in here. We're going to move on now to the next recovery section, which is a little paddle in the pool. Just going to do a few casual laps now just to activate the muscles, but not really put them under any pressure. I also like to just get a full range of motion through my shoulders. It just feels nice to sort of stretch them out in that way, because the pool's really like low intensity, but you still get to use everything.
That's it for our sauna and swimming recovery session. It's a really simple, relaxing recovery method, and you feel great after. I just thought I'd share this interesting phenomenon that happens to me after a sauna. These spots appear all over, and they last for about an hour or so. They don't seem to affect me in any way, and I can't even feel them, so I thought it was just interesting to note.